the challenges maybe that come with trying to find that role when you know you got kind of three high-profile guys in front of you?
Yeah, I mean, I kind of don't really, I guess, necessarily worry about that or kind of look at it in that way. But I understand those things, and there's a reality to it for sure. But I think for me, it's just whenever my opportunity comes, whether it's two plays, one play here, making the best of those plays. That's the best thing I can do because that's the thing I can control. I have faith in the coaching staff that they're going to put me in positions to show what I can do, and when they do, I gotta be able to show what I can do.
How does that require like a bit of a mindset adjustment to you? I mean, obviously they drafted you to come in here last year, and then this year they bring in a Hall of Famer and then another top 10 pick.
Yeah.
That require a mindset shift to you to say, let me kind of block out that component of it and just focus on what I need to do.
Yeah, I think in a way, for sure, you try not to look at all those things that are going on, all the noise, so to speak, that's going on, because we definitely had a loud off season, for sure. And for me, it was just like, okay, those things are gonna happen. That's the nature of the game and the nature of the business. So for me, it's just kind of blocking those things out and just kind of what I like to say is kind of working my bubble, my square, and just focus on the things that I can control. And coming in, I wouldn't say it's a huge mindset change because, something that I've always felt and something my dad always kind of told me growing up was no matter who's on the field, you're the best player out there. And so that's always been my mindset. And, I want to be able to prove that.
Tyler, can you take us through the touchdown you caught in the 2-minute drill yesterday?
Yeah. Well, I actually ran the wrong concept there. So that was actually my first misassignment, I believe, of all camp. So it's kind of bittersweet for me. But yeah, so we had, I think they were playing like cover two look. So I was pushing towards I think Tyreek was out there pushing towards him. He was widening. And then I believe Brisk was in the back. And so I looked back, seeing Caleb was rolling to the right. So I wasn't sure if I was going to kind of sit in the hole there, kind of that honey hole we call it between the corner and the safety, or to keep going. And so at that point, I was kind of like, okay, I'm just kind of here, just seeing how things play out. And then I seen Caleb just kind of launch it to a spot. And I mean, he threw a beautiful ball to where Bristol was saying after, like he thought it was thrown out of bounds. And I just kind of adjusted to it and seen that it had some room left, and caught a great pass. But I mean, that was really on Caleb, just throwing a great ball, throwing me open, really. So.
What's a quarterback like that, when he can make those off-platform throws and when he can throw on the run with such accuracy, can that in a way like make a receiver right? Like if you did run the wrong route or it was the wrong concept or it was if there is a busted coverage, can he in a way help what you guys are doing?
Yeah, because I think within football there's rules within the game, and once you get outside those rules, that's what I feel like makes like Patrick Mahomes so good. Is like he breaks down and kind of gets rid of all your rules when it comes to playing, and so when you get to that space, it's like you can't really like coach that. You can't really kind of coach around when he gets outside of the rules of football. And so I feel like you see a little bit of that with Caleb when he gets outside of the structure of, all right, well, we had that covered. All right, we had that covered. Great. But the play's still going. And so I feel like with him just being able to extend the play, throw on a run, throw on pressure, then it kind of just gets kind of like backyard football ish. That's something that you really can't coach against. And I think it's tough for defenses. So I think you definitely see that with him.
One of Caleb's big priorities when he got here was trying to kind of be connective to everybody, offense, defense.
Yeah.
What have you seen from him in that regard, just his personal ability to tap into guys?
Yeah, one thing I'm proud of him for is I mean, you hear a lot of things social media wise about who he was, his character, all these different things, just different narratives out there. And for me, I was like, I wanted to come in with an open mind and just kind of see who is this, who is this guy? What is he really about? Where's his heart at? And one thing that I've seen was he just kind of put his head down and worked. And one thing he did was he learned to follow before he started to learn to lead. And so I think for him that's huge because you get a lot of respect for a lot of guys that you're not coming in here, rightfully so, being number one overall pick, maybe one of the greatest college quarterbacks ever. Coming in with a mindset of like I'm gonna humble myself and be a follower first before I start, being that type of a leader. And so just him being able to connect on that point, he's super approachable. He's a guy that has talked to you after practice. He's got a whole bunch of character about him. He raises his character on his sleeve, especially in the locker room. I'm pretty close to him as far as our lockers, and so just being around him is cool. It's cool the type of dude he is, and I think that just makes it better. You see the plays he makes, it's like, man, So you just shake your head and then you get in the locker room, just see what type of person he is. It just makes it even better.
What did you focus on physically this offseason?
Physically, I mean, really putting some weight on. I think I'm about 4 or so pounds, muscle wise, heavier compared to last year, and so I think also too just understanding the mindset of the game. And one thing I've noticed about the game is that it's a lot of mental part to it. And I find myself, especially now during camp, being able to put myself in better situations this year to complete passes or blocks that I didn't last year. Not necessarily because physically I wasn't there, but more so because mentally I was there. Understanding how to use what I have and understanding where I'm not good at and what my weaknesses are. How to uh, get over those things mentally with the just mentally overall. So
How much different does it feel?
Giving you as your next step in your development?
say it one more time.
Has there been anything specific that Coach B has given you in your next step in your development?
You said Coach Beatty. Yeah, I mean, for me, I think it's just using my speed. You know, just really using my speed and pressing DBs all the time. Just really feeling it. You know, just really, whenever I'm on the field, just feeling that presence. I'm in a room with we have so many different guys that can do so many different things, and just understanding what I can do to affect the game. And I think that's probably the biggest thing. Is being able to do that. And when I can do that, I mean, plays are made. Things open up for me, as well as just getting my feet in the ground, like in the run game. Like I said, getting in position, like the mental part, getting up on guys, getting off the ball fast, and just getting up on them fast. So I'm not catching them. I'm more so bringing the fight to them.
How
much
different does the
different is-
receiver room feel this year?
And I mean, we obviously got some bigger names in the room. We got a lot of character in the room as well, with just different guys. But I think we have a really competitive group. Overall, I love the guys that are in there. We got a lot of age in there too. We brought, we got. Keenan's going like year 12. You got DeAndre's 10 plus. You got Dante's about 7. DJ. I mean, we got a lot of years in the room. At the same time, we got some young guys as well. So I feel like it's just a great compliment as far as experience and youngness coming together because us young guys can learn from those older guys and vice versa. So I think it's just a great. I think Ryan Post did a great job just putting the room together all together.
Do you feel like it's starting to click for you in terms of everything you took from your rookie year, the assignments, everything you have to do? Like, does it just feel different for you now in year 2?
Yeah, and I mean the game has definitely slowed down for me, and every player knows that's what you want to get to is when it feels like everything's happening in slow motion, and so with Shane coming in, he came from a similar tree, from Getsy, so a lot of the verbiage, sounds the same, concepts maybe a little bit different, but just being able to be prepared and kind of know my assignments, know what I'm doing, and when I'm at that point now. The game just feels so much slower for me, and I can look up, see what's going on, see what's in front of me. I can expect the anticipation. That's the biggest thing. I can expect when I'm probably going to get the ball, when I may not get the ball. So I feel like as a player, once you get to that point, things start to slow down.
What do you like about this offense?
Man, I like how there's different adjustments. There's different adjustments and a little bit more freedom as far as just what we can do as far as looks, because every defense is not going to play the same. Every look isn't going to be the same on every play. You might have things drawn up a certain way, but I feel like Shane, he talks about the game being a game of chaos and how like you draw things up a certain way and you want them to look a certain way, but that's not how football is every time. There's going to be looks that you may not get. There may be there's imperfections into the game, and so I feel like he understands that, and so some things are built in to kind of compensate for those imperfections and just kind of allow you to play ball.
Are you talking like site adjustments and what kind of modifications are you?
Yeah, I mean, I think side adjustments. I think also just the way you run your routes as well. Just understand like, all right, if we're playing, cover 2 on a dig route, you may have to tempo that in there instead of just speed turning because you're gonna block off the window. So you have some freedom there to kind of tempo it down, slow it down, and that just helps with the timing overall. So just little things like that.
What are the discussions like on the sideline among the offense when things are a little herky-jerky? There's all these pre-snap penalties.
Mhm.
What are you guys talking about?
Yeah. I mean, especially now, being early in camp, like I think it's part of the process, it's part of the process of just connecting, team chemistry and things of that nature. Things like that are gonna happen. That's the game, and that's why we practice. Like if it was perfect, we'd been out here practicing. So, So yeah, I think like I said, just we always keep we're always optimistic, in everything that we do, and so yeah, just part of the process.
As a guy who gets a lot of the reps with the ones, but also gets some reps with the twos, can you speak to the depth of this secondary? I mean, you go against Jalen and Tyreek, but you also go against Jalen Jones and Smitty and Josh.
Yeah, yeah. No, I mean like I see Smitty pretty often. Man, he's a long corner. Like that's one thing. Like going against him, um, he's a long dude, and like he can adjust, very well as far as like when you get him beat, and when he recovers well, just because he's able to kind of get a hand back on you and get himself back in phase. So like and you've seen it last year, in game, just seeing what he could do. You've seen Greg Stroman in the slot, seeing the things that he could do. When we had guys come down, and so I think just all over the secondary, you got Jonathan Owens, who's a real physical guy, especially want to be in the box in the run game. You got Brisk out there who just gonna bring it every day. He gonna talk trash to you. I mean, obviously got Tyreek, who you see what he did last year. Jalen, they paid him for a reason. So I mean, you look across the board, it's tough. It's tough for sure, but I feel like it gives me confidence because it's like we're not gonna see a secondary, and even a defense as a whole, going into the these years. And so when you get in the game, it's gonna be easy.
Excited to play close to home. You got taker requests.
Oh, for sure.
Any requests for a couple extra passes your way?
For sure, for sure. I mean, it meant a lot to me to play. Last year we played the Browns. I have so many people there for the game, and I had people calling my name all through pregame, and from coaches through Pee Wee all the way to middle school, high school, teachers that I grew up with, and it just meant a lot. I was able to get sideline passes for some of my friends, and so to be able to go back home and everybody hit me up about it, it's cool. It's a cool experience.
Thank you.
Nice job.
Appreciate you guys.
Open it up to questions. Hope everyone's doing well.
True.
Been a great day so far. So that's all I got.
Second day of padded practice, it seemed like everybody might have been maybe a little tired or a little hot. What's it like just trying to push through that for the first time this training camp?
Yeah, I mean, I can only talk for myself when it comes to that stuff. We all know it's hot out there. We all know it's football. I've been doing this for years on end, had football camps all my life. So it's just the grind of it. I mean, it's, we're going on week 1 plus a day, and we just, just speaking for myself, I think just got to go out there and be prepared, be hydrated, and, get everything out of practice.
Braxton, what's your read on the false start issues you guys are having at times?
I think we got to be more focused as a unit. That's all it is. It's everybody being more locked in, including myself, to those to the cadence. Other than that, I mean, we've been doing this for a week, and so we're gonna get it right.
You have some new pieces on the offensive line. Like, what do you tell them about not getting baited by Billings when he screams move?
I think for me, and what I tell them is just, you just got to be clued in and really locked into Caleb, and hearing his voice, or whatever quarterback's in at the time, just hearing their voice, because I've struggled with it in the past. It can be difficult, but I mean, all it is focus and just being locked in. Obviously, from play to play, you're getting a play, and then you're trying to really focus in on your job, and then you're trying to get off the ball. So all it is just being focused, and that's what I would tell anybody that asks for advice.
What makes it so hard? What makes it so hard to resist Billings yelling that? What's the difficulty of that?
I mean, I think for me, only talking about myself, is just simply get off. I'm trying to get the best get off and get into the line of scrimmage and make a block. I mean, that's simply what it is. So, hearing that move call, and it's a jumpy thing. I mean, that's all it is. I think just being more clued in, though, is going to be the fix there for myself and everybody.
Are you more susceptible to it in the run game or the pass game?
I think whenever, but I think when you just focus in and lock in, like I've been saying, you won't have those issues.
How did you have with the rotating centers right now? What are the differences, and like what challenges might you have when you have two different guys, competing for that same spot and trying to listen to them?
Both those guys operate at a very, very high level. I like running with both of them. So, I mean, I'm not having any challenges, and I'm sure the rest of the guys would say the same thing. They're both pros and go about their jobs really well and communicate really well, and I like running with both our centers, and, I think as a unit, we just have to be better at anything with the cadence or anything like that, or whatever troubles we're having. And another thing for myself is just being a better leader and stepping up when things kind of go wrong. So it's not on anybody but the unit, and just being better that way.
Braxton, how close are you to being 100%?
I'm back. I've been going. Just the ramp up and making sure everything's going by period to period, and each period I take more, just making sure everything's good. But I'm back running smooth. So
How frustrating has it been for you? I mean, your first year you didn't miss a snap, and then obviously you went through what you went through last year, and then had something come up in the spring. What's it been like for you to kind of navigate that?
yeah, I mean, just even in college, I didn't miss very many snaps, and so it's definitely tough. It's a mental grind for me, but I've been definitely just trying to work on my mental and stay balanced through the tough times of injuries. It is football. I mean, the way I play the game, I play it one way all the time, so there's going to be injuries. So I think the biggest thing for me is keeping a mental balance all the time, and just knowing that it'll be all right, and just trusting the head trainer Dre's process for me and everything that he's done for me through those injuries, and just keep on going and battling through them. It is football at the end of the day, so there's going to be injuries.
Braxton, I know you only want to speak for yourself, but I was wondering if you could offer at least a little bit of insight into Caleb and how his demeanor during what seemed like a difficult day for the offense, and how he handled that as a quarterback in the huddle.
Yeah, no, I mean, Caleb's a great kid. I mean, he's constantly trying to, when it's us making the mistakes as a unit or whatever it is, he's trying to get us going and just be better. And we got to be better for him at that situation. But that kid, he's electric. I mean, he just comes out there with a great attitude. Just focus on getting better every day, just like we all are. So when we're having those ups and downs, we're trying to get it fixed as a unit, and it's no single man's fault, but he does a great job just keeping a level head of himself and trying to get us better as well.
Maybe it's because he's a starter, but it just seems like people don't talk about him like he's a rookie. When we talk to players, they talk about him as if he had been here a few years. Is that kind of the impression you get, that he's a little bit ahead of what maybe a normal rookie might be? Is it different, or is that overstated?
I haven't been in the league to make assumptions about QBs and their process going over, but I think he's doing a great job. He's just like every day he's getting better to me. Even from what my coach is telling me, he's getting better. From what I'm seeing, every day he's getting better. He just clues into different things that he might have missed the day before. Everything's just getting better each and every day, and it's just been great seeing that with Caleb. And to me, it seems like he's been doing it because he's a ball player, so he just gets better every day.
You mentioned leadership earlier. Do you feel like going into year 3, you're feeling a little bit more comfortable in that type of role?
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely tough. I'm always been like a lead by example, but I think it's definitely that time of having a little bit more say. And it's tough for me. I obviously haven't been on the field too much in the main points, but I'm starting to get it back on the field, which is great. So I just, I got to find my role in that and be better in those situations and speaking up. So I definitely feel a little bit of not weight on my back or anything like that, but I definitely got to, say my say. I've been in crunch time moments in the game before. I've been in all those moments, so I can definitely, have some say in those moments.
The whole offensive line seems to have a lot of guys kind of like you that are more like, let's show this on the field rather than, rah-rah stuff. But do you feel like the offensive line is sort of searching or looking for that vocal leader to emerge from your group?
I don't think that would be the case. I think all of us together are gonna, that one guy's gonna shine, and everybody's talking and trying to make us better as a unit. And I don't think we're trying to search for that one guy. I think it's it's 5 guys out there trying to do our best. Obviously, some guys are a little bit more vocal than others, but we're all there out there as a unit, and just doing what we can and being vocal when we can.
Were you able to have a normal offseason as far as, working out, getting your body right, or did that change because just trying to get back healthy?
Definitely was trying to get back healthy and just making sure I was good for camp.
You've been honest about your,
guess, difficulties with the bull rush in recent years. Where do you feel like you are with that, and what are you doing to take a game to the next level?
Yeah, I just got to get better. Plain and simple. I know what it is. It's year 3 of the same bull rush, and I think it's just got to translate. It's got to be something that I see go from the individuals to one-on-ones to team, and it's kind of taking a break right in the middle of there and one-on-ones and stuff like that. But that just goes back to drilling it over and over again, and just knowing that's what I'm getting with some guys. I just got to be better technically, and being more mindful as well in that situation with my technique.
How would you describe your battles with DeMarcus Walker in camp?
Yeah, I mean, it's just all a battle. That's all it is. One guy wins one, the other guy wins one, whatever it is. It's just we're trying to get better. It's as simple as that. He's trying to make me better. I'm trying to get better. I'm trying to make him better. That's all it is.
He tried to go in one-on-ones. DeMarcus tried to go right through your chest on the bull. You held him up. What is, like, when you're successful at it, like you were on that rep, versus when you aren't, what's the difference?
I mean, it can be the littlest technique issue of my left hand not being placing, because he's really good at having tight hands and really attacking that inside shoulder. So I think it's just, for me, just the littlest of details of having that punch timing and landing it perfectly before he can get into my chest, because I have long arms and I can keep people away from me. But if I don't have that correct punch timing, people can get into my chest very easily. So I just think it's the details of just working out my punch timing and know that he's coming right to that inside shoulder. So.
And it looks like Caleb navigates the pocket a little bit differently than Justin did. What's the process like for you of getting used to how Caleb navigates the pocket?
I think he, navigates pocket well, like you said. So I mean, I just think for myself, just trying to carry people deep and not give up any inside pressure, because I mean that's the easiest way to the quarterback. First of all, we all know that. But yeah, just carrying guys deep. He's really, really good at filling pocket presence and filling when guys are around him. So I think my responsibility in that is trying to just carry guys deep and take them around the loop as much as I can, and making it a one-way go every time.
How long does that take to get a sense of when he's gonna take off, when he's gonna look to throw on the run, when he's gonna keep it? And I imagine you had that experience with Justin where there is a little bit of a evaluation you have to make of him, in games.
I think it's just, you just got to be a ball player. I just feel like you can't be like, oh, he's going to be right there. These dudes make plays. That's what they do. I mean, Caleb's out there trying to make a play every play. So he's not going to accept just sitting there and, getting a sack. He's a ball player. So I think for me is always being finishing in the pocket however long I have to finish. It's not, oh, I'm thinking he's going to be right there, so I'm going to do this. It's I'm going to stick to my technique, do what I have to do, and then whatever he's doing, I'm going to adjust and try my best. And some of those are tough too, when he might feel that he's getting rolled out. I got to move my feet and keep on going, because he's just extending the play. He's a playmaker, and so just adjusting to whatever they're doing and trying to be a ball player at the end of the day.
All set.
Yep. Appreciate you guys. You guys have a good afternoon. God bless.
Thanks, Braxton.
When you're watching one-on-one, you see like Keenan can make just looks like he'll swat somebody away and he's so smooth on those routes. What does that look like to you from your perspective watching?
It's pretty awesome seeing he's a vet. He had a lot of success. It's a career in the league. And so, as I watching one-on-ones, I'm going to go back and watch film. And I feel like with a great receiving core like this and guys with experience like Keenan, DJ, and even, the rest of the guys, you can always take from their game and add to yours. I feel like with a receiving room like this, it brings the best out of players, especially the best out of me, performance-wise. And so it's pretty awesome seeing him get to work, seeing DJ get to work, and also, pick their brains and also learn from them and, use some stuff. That's what one-on-ones are for you to try different things with your releases.
Velus, where were you when you found out the kickoff rule was changing, and what was your reaction?
It was an off season sometime. I didn't know if it was real or not. I seen somebody talking about it. I was like, there's no way that's real, because that means it's going to be way easier for us to get in great field position and definitely more kickoff returns for touchdowns for the Chicago Bears. So I found out it was real, and I was like, oh man, it was crazy. I think one of my great friends, my brother, my high school quarterback, Jack West had sent it to me. But like I said, I didn't know how real it was. But yeah, true enough, it's real. So I'm looking forward to that. I'm definitely getting our offense in good field position and possibly getting a lot of kickoff returns for touchdowns.
Through your eyes, what makes it easier to navigate as a returner?
I mean, what makes it easier? I mean, it's really, you don't have to depend on blocks as much anymore. It's really, everybody get a hat on your man, and you just a feel for it. Whatever hole open up, you hit it full speed.
How do you feel like your skills specifically will be helped by this new kickoff rule?
Oh, man, tremendously. I mean, it definitely changed the game. Really exciting. Definitely add value to my game. I mean, I got speed, physical, got size, and so I mean, it's tough already to bring me down, but giving me a running head start. I mean, I seen XFL before, watched some XFL film, so really curious, how teams are going to go about it and stuff like that, and I know they want excitement back to the game because teams. They can eliminate, a kickoff returner just by kicking it back in the end zone. And so I feel like bringing that excitement back to the game, and that's what everybody wanted to see. So pretty exciting.
Is this the best you've felt as a pass catcher? I don't know, by my eyes, it seems like you're way more comfortable out there and just making a lot more plays.
Oh, for sure. I mean, as a receiver, touching the ball means a lot, getting your feet wet. Especially, game time. And so I'm using this time, this new offense, use the preseason, make much plays as possible to make sure that confidence is out the roof going into the year. And so that's going to feel real good. I know last year I had like a knee issue with that joint practice. And so, just staying prayed up, staying on top of my body. And so I can get a full preseason under my belt. And so I'm really excited for that. I'm just coming out here and competing with my brothers, iron sharpens iron. So, yeah, definitely comfortable, especially comfortable with this system. Really like it a lot.
During one-on-ones today, you had a sliding touchdown catch in the front left corner. What do you remember about that rep and getting open and creating a little hole for Tyson to fit it in?
Just my confidence level. I mean, I can go all the way back to Saraline High School. I mean, when I'm one-on-one, I feel like nobody can keep up with me, especially if it's a go ball. And it's rare that you're going to see anybody run with me. So, goal is for me with my game, I get around you or stop your feet at the line. I give you a quick twitch, and then I take off and, dig for a certain amount of yards and look up for the ball. So it's like pat and go. It's like a thing we do after practice when we're just jogging. That's all it is.
I'm sure you're particularly juiced on that rep. Is that fair to say that after the catch you were particularly juiced up?
Oh, for sure, it feels good. Like I was excited to get one-on-ones going back because that can set the whole, tempo for practice to get get that first catch in your system, that first deep ball and stuff. And I mean, you're ready to go.
I'm sure you got some reps in the backfield, took some carries out of the backfield. Coming to the offseason, did you have any thoughts of maybe even getting switched positions or getting more reps back there?
I would never say I'll just switch positions like that. But I feel like also, I could be a hybrid. I know y'all seen some of that as last year. I could do many things, and that's something I did my senior year in high school. If you go back and watch, I took some handoffs out the backfield because a lot of teams tried to, cloud my side a lot. So coach just got the ball in my hands any type of way. And I got the size, I got the physicality. So whatever they need me to do, I'm going to do.
Is there anything Hightower taught you that your size and your speed? Do you feel like with the new rules that you'll be able to star in that role as a returner because you have more opportunities and you having the ball in your hands like that?
Oh, for sure. I mean, it's going to speak for itself. I mean, I feel like talk is cheap, especially in 2024. So, I mean, you got to show people. But overall, just prove it to yourself. But, I mean, I could talk about it all day. All I can do is just tell you to stay tuned.
Is there anything noticeably different about receiving a punt from Torrey Taylor?
He has a powerful leg, real powerful. Yeah, like any other I ever seen. Yeah, he has a real powerful leg. And so a lot of hang time on the ball, but I know that's going to help the gunners as well to get downfield and cover. So that's going to be tremendous to our special team game. It's definitely going to be able to switch field. I mean, football is all about field position, and that's what special teams brings.
What do you like about this, what do you like about this offense that is being installed right now that you mentioned earlier?
Oh man, it allows you to play, get the ball in the player's hands in many different ways, and it's really not a system where I feel like you just know this receiver's going to get all the targets and stuff. Anybody can have a breakout game in this offense, and so that's really exciting. I feel like everybody just focus on their assignments and stuff and play for the man next to them, and yeah, play ball. I mean, the rest will take care of itself. Just make sure your attention sound.
Sorry, what's impressed you the most, just like playing with Caleb, learning how the ball comes out of his hands, where you need to be, like just going from one quarterback to another now, what stood out to you the most?
Caleb is a fast learner. He's a very intelligent kid, and especially his runs on the throw, his throws on the run, really impressive. And he shows that a lot. How he can get the ball downfield. I mean, I seen the touchdown to Tyler Scott, and that's like impressive. Like his vision, the way he can see the field, and also a run when he was rolling out to his left and had to spin back right to throw it to Keenan on the sideline catch. Really impressive. And so I'm excited to see his career with the Chicago Bears in this season, ready to go to war with him. He's a special kid, and I feel like he's going to show that, and prove that to himself first, and then prove it to everybody else.
Velus, you talked about never just coming in and wanting to switch position, but do you feel like you still have something to prove as a wide receiver after not a ton of production the first 2 years?
Oh, for sure. Like I said, that's why I'm about to use this preseason. Like I said, prove it to myself. I mean, like, it's in me. So yeah, I'm just the key is just staying healthy. Availability is the best ability, and so yeah, just stay healthy and stuff. And my natural ability is to take over. You'll see.
Fellas, what's that butter pecan stuff you was yelling at Montez and Tyreek?
That's like a South Florida thing. I don't know. It's like they slang or talking, but I'll probably let you tell. He's a Floridian. I'm a Mobilian. I'm from Mobile and stuff. Family actually, my mom's side is from Jacksonville, but that's like a South Florida thing. If you can ask him that if you want to.
Anything else?